I need to have better posture in 2020. You feel good about that? Is that the right spot?
I don't know.
I think you need to move it again.
I think it should be closer to me. Did I earn more of it?
Wow.
This is Byron Lazine and Nicole White, and you are tuned into episode 102 of The Real Word.
Word is up.
The word is up. It's been a while.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. How long do we keep doing the Happy New Year thing for? Do you do it forever?
Okay, first of all, we have not been on The Real Word.
Everybody you
in
see
2020.
In January, you're going to give the Happy New Year to?
Hello, we're wishing our loyal fans here Happy New Year.
I am not. I love you guys, and I appreciate all
7th,
of the people
8th?
watching The Real Word, but the Happy New Year thing is over.
We never did it.
Yeah.
You do Happy New Year to everybody that you have not seen.
I disagree.
If
you didn't see them on the 1st or the 2nd, maybe the 3rd, the Happy New Year is bypassed. It is over. Oh, yeah. That's a thing.
That is definitely not a thing. Aren't
So,
you in sales?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying Happy New Year.
All right. Happy New Year from Nicole.
I don't know that we ever said Happy New Year to one another, though.
No.
No.
We're getting right into the rackets. That's what's really important with the new year. The 2 rackets we have and the Marketeer. Love them all this week.
You feeling it?
I'm feeling like we haven't done one of these in a while. So that's what I do want to actually say. Instead of Happy New Year, I want to apologize
That we haven't done what?
to all of you guys that we didn't have a show really the last few weeks. We had the recap. Check out the recap.
Do you know
Slav did a
whose
good
fault
job
that
with the
is?
recap. That is all right. Let's get into racket number 1. We're in a new year, to Nicole's point, and as well as a new decade. And this decade, the single best investment you can make happens to be real estate.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. So here's the deal. This is a MarketWatch.com article. Look at that. We're veering away. We've got some Inman articles.
You
but
seem so
we're
animated
leading.
today. You feeling good? You're
I'm
all
feeling
juiced
good.
up. You got your
I'm juiced
your
up. I'm
jacket
watered
on.
up. I got my jacket on
You're
today.
doing it. Look at you. Okay.
New me, no, I'm not doing like the New Year resolution jacket thing. I have a meeting after this that requires.
Well, I feel like your New Year's
jacketing.
resolution should be a new jacket.
No,
this is the
no,
same
no,
jacket.
no. This is a new one.
It is?
Yes,
It looks
I have
very similar.
I have multiple blue and blackish. My other one has like purple. That's not purple. Anyways.
Anyway.
This is a Market Watch article. We're still going to do a ton of Inman articles, but we're leading off the decade and New Year with a Market Watch article from my friend and your friend, Pat Kenny.
Oh, he sent it to you?
Yeah. If you're a 5 a.m. call member, you know who Pat is. Anyways, Pat sent me this, and Market Watch referenced a bank rate survey, which surveyed more than 1,000 investors, and overwhelmingly, by a large margin, the question was, which one of the following do you think would be the best investment? Stocks, bonds, real estate, cash, gold, metals, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. By a large margin, real estate was the winner.
And in what context? Rentals, holding, buying, fixing, selling? Does it give any?
I don't think they broke it down like that.
They're just saying
talking,
it's a good investment.
They're just talking buying
it'll
real
hold its
estate as a
value.
whole. Hold its value.
Okay.
They're referencing the Case Shiller U.S. National Home Price Index. They're talking S&P. Here's a graph right here Suave's going to put up, and it says basically how well stocks have performed against real estate, right? So U.S. stocks have outperformed real estate from 1980 to 2018 overwhelmingly. As well as your
that says
annualized,
1890.
1890. Sorry,
yeah, I was gonna say, man,
a little flip there.
It's like, yeah. I mean, 1890 is huge. I mean, that's it's like older than my house.
And so here's the deal. Typically, if you go over long periods of time like that, if you follow the last 50 years of the stock market, you're going to get over 6 to 7% in the stock market if you just play the market, right?
Right.
And so over long periods of time, and this is what Pat, financial advisor friend of ours, would argue, is that in the long run, you're going to win with stocks over real estate any day. And there's so many different variables. To your point, well, not if you're crushing it on Airbnbs, maybe. It can be a variable that can change things or whatever. And that's what this graph shows you. But what these investors are saying, if we're just looking at the next 10 years, they believe that the stock market is so high right now that it can only go one place, that a stable place to put your money is going to be in real estate. Now, that won't work out if there's a pullback in real estate values over the next 10 years. They've got to be looking at a real estate market over the next 10 years that is either growing in sales price or flat.
Right. Yeah. Come to Connecticut.
We're
flat as heck here.
We just did our market update from 18 to 19. It was pretty flat.
We are flat here. Now's the time, although inventory is like, vink.
What do you think, though, over the next 10 years, how safe of an investment is real estate going to be?
I mean, I always feel like real estate is safe as long as it's a long-term investment. I mean, I always tell my buyers, like, if you're buying this and then you're going to be selling it in 2 years, no matter, I feel like, what the climate is. I mean, obviously, that 05, 06 sort of bubble was an exception to the rule most of the time, but I always think that real estate is the right investment, in my opinion. I mean, we actually had this conversation the other night because I have a rental property, but not on purpose. And you were trying to get me to sell it this year, and my husband and I were arguing that we're not like the best savers. So it's sort of like a forced savings account too.
For you guys,
yeah. So I always sort of believe in real estate. I'm not someone that puts money into the stock market. I don't know it well enough. I feel like I don't even have the brain capacity to like figure it out. So I'm always a believer in the real estate market.
Yeah, to your point, if you're
especially with rates right now, I mean, it's pretty much free.
Yeah. If you're investing in the stock market and you're picking stocks, then you have a really high chance to lose, right? Like the Case-Shiller index has been less volatile than the stock market by 40%, right? So if you're just trying to pick stocks, you're probably going to lose on those individual picks. But if you're playing the market over time and you're not going to take it out, you're not going to pay penalties, you're just going to leave it in there and forget about it, you can win. But to your point, real estate's real. It's tangible. People need a place to live.
Right.
And if you're going to manage the property, you can have a forced savings account that can pay you over time.
Right.
Here's my thought. I think that this is not a racket. I mean, it was an overwhelming response. 1,000 investors that know way more than I do, or maybe some of them, most of them.
Should.
Right. I don't think it's a racket just because people are going to pull their money out in 2020 and 2021 that had significant gains in the stock market, and look, whether it's real estate or something else, look for something more stable. That is going to happen.
And I do think that I feel like you and I could probably see that too in some of our higher end luxury properties that we're now selling. I mean, people are, with wealth are certainly feeling confident enough in the real estate market to make these big purchases, I feel like, this year. So
in this article gets into
to see what other people think.
Some good stuff here, talking inflation, and there's all kinds of variables, ways to skin this cat, but we'll link that up for you guys to check out. Racket.
But what a great way to start 2020, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, on a high note.
I like the optimism.
Gotta.
Bank rate. So, racket number 2.
Oh, boy. Here it is.
This one is Twitter exploded over this one. We'll link up the Inman article.
Did you see the explosion on Twitter?
I did see the explosion on Twitter. Dr. Phil has listed an oddball LA mansion for over $5 million. His son was living in there. The decorations are absolutely stunning. What do you think of this place, Nicole?
Yeah, I don't know that I'd use the word stunning.
Stunning.
I think I mentioned before, it kind of reminds
Shocking.
me. It reminds me a little bit of, I feel like we're going back to like the 90s and like it's like the Beetlejuice house,
Beetlejuice, okay.
Yeah, like they start like taking over you and like they're like,
Suave, you just need to be flashing all the pictures all over this video. If you're listening, you got to go check out the YouTube video.
It's super specific. It's super interesting. I love the fact that his entryway has a bar. I mean, who
wouldn't?
Right?
Who wouldn't want that? I mean, it looks like a hotel lobby.
It really does look like a hotel lobby. I mean, look, there's like lips. I mean, it's fun just to sort of, there's so much to look at.
Do you think those?
Oh, look what it says. Dr. Phil's house looks like it needs a Xanax and intense psychiatric counseling. I mean,
Do you think those guns are loaded on the wall? And there's a lot of guns.
I don't think they're loaded. I guess
is
the
a
question
lot
is
of
if they're
guns.
real or not, or is it just really
No, I think
art?
those are real.
They're real guns. Is that where he stores them?
Here's a tweet here. Dr. Phil 100% murders people for sport. So, I don't know. You think they'll have a hard time selling this? 6,100 square feet. It's a 5-bedroom home. It's on for $5.75 million. Bought the house in 2007. His son Jordan is currently living in the home.
I don't know the LA
According to LA
market
Times.
at all, but I do feel like 5.75 sounds like he priced it to sell. No.
Priced it to sell. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be somebody out there for this.
I feel
deal.
like $5 million in LA. I mean, jeepers. I mean, that's like a steal, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it all depends. We could ask Christoph Chu, our LA guy,
Yeah.
what he thinks of the price. We should ask Christoph. Maybe Christoph will comment.
Ooh, that would be great. What does he think?
You haven't seen the Christoph
Ooh,
vlog
or
on the
has he
Byron
brought-
podcast. You can go check that out.
Go check it out.
Um,
Or maybe maybe he's been in it. Maybe he actually went in it. Maybe he's got like
he could.
a
He might have the buyer. Maybe he can't comment on it.
Maybe he can't, but super interesting.
Total racket, in my opinion, for the,
I
for the
mean, it's
staging.
very interesting though, because I can't imagine. What's his wife's name? Joy.
I don't know.
You don't watch Dr. Phil?
I don't watch
Never.
Dr. Phil.
You've never. He
I
goes
mean, I
to his
know of
wife
it.
and like grabs her hand at the end of everyone.
Never seen
That's
that.
a racket. I mean,
Yeah.
that whole thing. Like, change your MO. But I think her name is Joy. I just can't imagine Joy. I mean, Joy
Well,
just.
the son was living there, so.
You think that? So you think the son? This is the son. So we should be judging the son, not Dr. Phil. Well, doesn't
like
Jordan
father,
have
like son.
children?
I think
feel like
the
Jordan
apple
has
doesn't fall
kids
far from
and
the tree.
Stuff. So very. I'm sorry. Do your homes look like your dad's?
No, but this is very particular here.
Huh. Well, whatever. I mean, it worked. Look,
Dr.
people
Phil,
are talking about
Dr.
it.
Phil bought the house. The kid's living there.
He's like on the verge. He's like on the verge of Marketeer of the. I mean,
I'd live there. If somebody already had it furnished that way, I wouldn't touch anything. I'd just move right in.
You would?
Yeah,
There's
that's
like
not a racket.
snakes crawling
Those
up
are
your
antlers.
banister. Antlers.
Antlers.
That or they're like tree vines. Like they're
Check this house
like
out.
the roots. There's like a tree root. There should be like a tree at the top. You should like put like these are like the roots of the
There's
tree.
a lot going on. If you're in the
There's
LA
so much
market,
happening here.
comment please. Let us know if you've been in this house, what you think of this deal. All right, the Marketeer of the week. This could be racketeering to its finest degree.
Wow.
Ryan Serhant has ruffled feathers of New York City agents with his $50,000 cash offer to agents.
I mean, he was like a baller though, sitting there with that heap of money on Instagram. I mean,
Suave, show him the video.
Hello.
Show him the photos. This is
baller.
ridiculous. He went to the bank, legitimately went to the bank, took $50K out in $100 bills, spread that across his table, and offered it up to the first agent who closes.
I think
on
brings
one
him a
of his
deal.
newest, brings him a
Yep,
deal
yep.
on a particular listing.
Yep.
There's a particular listing. And listen, here's his point. And this is why he's the Marketeer of the week to me, is because he made the point that my seller needs creative marketing in a tough market. New York City high-end tough market right now as we sit here at the beginning of 2020. That seller is demanding him to get creative, to think out of the box. Ryan Serhant said something very interesting at a Tom Ferry event that I was at. I think we talked about this as a team. He said, your job, especially on the high-end listings, your number one job as an agent is to never get fired.
Right.
Ryan Serhant is marketing this property in a way, marketing to agents in a way that guarantees he will never get fired by that seller. He's doing everything he can.
And we're talking about him on the Real Word.
We're talking about him. There are other agents talking about him as well, though.
Hello.
Nikki Field of Sotheby's International Realty, always in the top 10 in Manhattan for Sotheby's deals. You can look that one up. She called Serhant's offer an alarming conflict of interest and said any kind of cash-based incentive casts doubt on an agent's credibility.
Unethical in my book.
Whew. That is some strong words, Nikki
Super
Field.
strong words. I mean, years ago, they
Nikki. I like
developers
her.
and
She's
builders
good
used to
peeps.
give away like cars and
Yeah,
all
you
sorts of stuff.
That's where you hear this a lot from, is a developer, a builder who's like, what else can we do? I want more agents showing the property. How can we incentivize agents? I do find that when you put on the MLS $5,000 bonus and a fee, it gets absolutely no traction.
Yes.
Buyers, certainly in average price points, are driving buyer agents to properties. So I don't find that really makes an impact. But when you go on IG, when you got whatever Ryan Serhant's got for Instagram followers, 1 million plus, when the real deal is writing articles and Inman's writing articles, and you've got Nikki Field, one of your top competitors in the city, talking about you, not about her and her clients, you are doing your job. You're attracting interest to your listing, to your other listings potentially, and you are the marketeer of the week, Ryan Serhant.
Holla. Congratulations.
Ryan Serhant, the first marketeer of the new decade.
Look at it. Oh, look, you keep going back to the whole New Year thing. Maybe you didn't want to talk about it.
Well, you've inspired me now.
Oh, I'm glad.
Maybe Ryan will come on the show.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Since we've given him this prestigious award.
Oh, we can give him.
We'll give him the trophy. We'll add your name, Ryan. We'll put your name.
We should have trophies,
right here on the trophy.
We should ship people trophies. That's what we should do.
The marketeers?
Yes.
You want to send Ryan a little trophy?
Yeah, with our business cards. Hey, if
get
you have
a couple
referrals,
popsicle sticks and make them a little.
That would make us the marketeer of the year if you start sending people that in like our cards, call us.
All right, in the comments,
how amazing is
tell
that?
us what we should send Ryan Serhant for being the marketeer of the week. If you're from New York City and you're going after that 50K, let us know as well.
Yeah, please. If it's changed your mind.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, guys, keep it real. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.